trumpet. Oh yeah? Right on, good. I have 5. If I had one to give you, I would. Good evening, everybody. We're just waiting for Elena to stop talking. Hey, thank you everybody for being here tonight to honor our friend Lou. I certainly don't have to tell you how well loved he was and still is, and I'm honored to be a part of tonight, and would just really appreciate everybody coming out, and to all the musicians and singers who are gonna take the stage tonight and just wanted to pay homage to their friend. And so we're gonna start off the night. Denier sent a video that they showed at his memorial back east, and so we'd like to run that for you real quick, if you don't mind. So you can turn your attention to the screens.
Both our cars are in the shop, and so I started a song. I want my car, I want my car, I want my car for tacos and beer. I want my car, I want my car, I want my car for tacos and beer. It's Friday and we have no way to get to happy hour or do anything fun. All right, that's it, we're out.
All right, at this time we'd like to invite Amanda Patterson, who's a friend of the family. She's going to come up and say a few words, and Ron Eshte. I get the musicians who are going to play first will be right after this. So please welcome Amanda. Oh, yeah, sure. Here,
I'm a classical singer. I don't know how to use these things.
Okay, go ahead.
I thank you all so much for being here. Dunya, I still call her Dunya. I can't call her Denye. She wanted me to thank all of you for gathering in Lou's honor. I just returned from Twin Falls last week, and he had a beautiful, beautiful military burial with full honors at the Snake River Canyon National Cemetery, and it was a fitting tribute. I just had a few things I wanted to share since Dunya couldn't be here. I just wanted to share with you a few remembrances of him. I remember the first time I met Lou. He was playing at Adele's in San Clemente. I was with my best friend Denye, whom Lou would later marry. I was stunned by his playing, but I was even more stunned by his humility and his graciousness. It was not a cliche to say that Lou was a prince of a guy. Despite his many health challenges, he gave Denye the richest and most loving partnership anyone could ask for, and I personally will be forever grateful to him for that. For her part, Denye was the most loving and dedicated caregiver I've ever known. It broke my heart when they left California. Denye and I talked weekly on the phone, often with Lou on speakerphone, adding his 2 cents, equal parts humor and wisdom. When Lou's health began to decline, Denye and I sometimes talked every day. I remember a particularly rough period when they moved to a new house. Lou was blind and in the early stages of dementia. Denye was terrified that during his night wanderings, he'd find his way out the front door or fall down the stairs to the basement. So for several nights, she slept on the floor in the doorway to their bedroom. Lou would live another 5 years after that. During that time, I lost count how many times Denye told me that talking with Lou after a stressful day at work always made her feel better. It seemed he always knew exactly what to say. It also seemed that the more his physical body failed him, the more wise he became. He always knew how to provide comfort, support, or just a little of his dry humor. Then he'd start laughing at his own joke. So we started calling him the Zen Master. Lou never complained, and neither did Denye. Dunya, I have trouble with that. And he never did lose his sense of humor. I asked Denye if I could share this with you all. The last big laugh that he and Denye shared was when the hospice nurse told them that she would have to order a special catheter for Lou because they didn't have one big enough. He got a big laugh out of that. In the last days before he died, Denye chose to sleep in the hospital with him instead of going home at night because she told me how unbearable it was to go back to the house and see his empty chair in the living room. She said, "Without Lou, it's not home." I have one last thing to share.
writers of books never could tell the half. Wait till you feel the warmth of his glance, pensive and sweet and wise, all of it lovely, all of it thrilling. I'll never be willing to free him. When you see him, you won't believe your eyes. You won't believe your eyes.
Thank you, Amanda. How is it all you musicians were here a long time ago and you're all still late to the gig? Get up here. Why aren't you here? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell my quick little Lou Matthews story. Like all of you, like he was just such a joy to play with, and it just made you feel like you must be pretty special yourself if you get to play with somebody like Lou. And I had one particular night at Steamers, and for those of you who haven't been to Campus Jacks before, if you look over there, there's the old sign from Steamers. We had one particular night, it was me and Matt Johnson and Dave Enos and Lou Matthews, and we had so much fun that night that I literally booked a studio the next day. And so the album I released in 2008 was 100% because of Lou Matthews, because of that night and what he did. So we did a whole album together, just the four of us with a few extra guests. But that album happened really because I just loved playing with Lou so much. I had to get it on tape. So there is I'm so glad he had a military burial, because there's another tradition we're going to honor tonight, which is, as you all know, jazz had its origins in New Orleans. And there is a thing that a lot of jazz musicians like to request, which is a New Orleans funeral. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to open the music with the way they traditionally open a New Orleans funeral, which is with a slow hymn. And then we're going to close the night with a big celebratory New Orleans piece. So this is Just a Closer Walk with Thee, and I'm going to introduce these people on stage right now, and there's going to be several people to introduce as we go on. That's Richard Simon back there on the bass. Ron Kobayashi on the piano. Paul Nabadav on saxophone. Ron Eshte on the guitar. And Paul Krybeck on drums. Well, in our parade of Lou Matthews All-Stars, our next singer is Maureen, or not our first singer is, no, our next singer, we weren't expecting you to sing, that was beautiful. Please welcome Maureen Sullivan, and while she is coming up, Richard's got a story to tell. Oh my gosh, I've never seen so many basses in...
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, as you know, if you had the honor of working with Lou Matthews, he was great at saving the moment. Saving a singer from going into a new key, saving a sideman from, well, not to anybody in this room, mind you, but saving a sideman from playing the bridge to a different tune. Well, I have a Lou Saved Me story that I think is unique. I was with my lady, we were vacationing somewhere in Hawthorne. No, we actually went, we went to Mexico. I think we went to Estero Beach. Is that a resort? Anyway, probably the last resort for us. And on the way home, we thought we'd visit Tijuana. I mean, nobody goes to Tijuana. Well, I found out there's a good reason for that. So we got off the freeway, we're driving around, and then a motorcycle cop pulled up alongside me, and a young federale, I don't know what he was, but in a crisp new uniform, says, your license, please? And I gave it to him, and I said, you know, officer, I know I made a wrong turn. I was trying to get back on the freeway to go back to California. I made a wrong turn, and he looked at me and he said, you made a wrong turn. So he said, I said, but did I break the law? He said, you made a wrong turn. So I said, well, what happens now? He says, 3,000 pesos. I said, I'm sorry, Your Honor, officer, sir. I have only Amerikanski money. He said, well, you have two things you can do. You can give me 3,000 pesos or follow me to the police station. You've all heard that. So I said, I'm going to have to follow you. So he waves the traffic off. He pulls in front of me, and he's weaving side to side. I said, this guy needs to be pulled over. But apparently he's leading me to the police station where an untold fate awaits me. And just then, this is in the early days of cell phones. They were all about as big as they were back then. The cell phone rings, and I look, and it's Lou Matthews. I thought, the savior has come. And the cop is looking at his mirror, and he's still driving and weaving, and he's waving me to keep following him. And I'm on the phone. I said, Lou, you're not going to believe this. I'm being led to a police station in Tijuana, and he thought I was kidding. And I said, no, Lou, just stay on the phone. You know, got to help me. You know any lawyers? And he just started laughing. He thought I was putting him on. So evidently the policeman or whatever he was saw me on the phone And he waves me to come over to the side of the road. And suddenly, with no trace of a Mexican accent, he said, what you do is you go about 3 blocks forward and then 2 to the left and 1 to the right, and you'll see the sign for the 5 freeway. I said, no fine, no 3,000 pesos. He said, have a nice day. And that was the end of it. But I thanked Lou profusely, who not only saved me on many a bandstand, but saved me down there as well. And he called me a few minutes later. I was still shaking. I was driving home. He said, I know you. He said, you're going to come up with a pun for the occasion. I said, no, I know you, Lou. You're going to come up with a better one. He said, how about you take the high road, Aztec the low road? So anyway, thank you, Lou. Thank you,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Maureen O'Sullivan.
Ron Kobayashi and I had a residency at Mozambique for Sunday Jazz for about 6, almost 7 years. And Ron, being such a in demand as a accompanist, suggested Lou Matthews. And he was so busy that I got to work with Lou quite a lot. And he was just such a gentleman and so sweet. The first words he said was, I'm honored to work with you. Well, that was just him. He's just such a gentleman and so kind and unassuming. So Danier really liked this song. It's called God Bless the Child. And this is dedicated to Danier. And her sister is right over there. Oh, God bless the child. God bless the child. God bless the child in B flat. God bless the child in B flat. When the God shall gain, then the night shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is true. Mama may have, Papa you may have, but God bless the child who's got his own, who's got his own. Well, the strong get more, while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets, living in the grave. Mama may have, Papa you may have, but God bless a child who's got his own, who's got his own. You've got a lot of friends. They're crowded round your door. And when the money's gone and the spending ends, they just don't come around no more. No, 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 no. Raise relations good, crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but baby, don't you take too much, 'cause you know Mama may have, Papa he may have. God bless a child who's got his own, who's got his own.
you take too much, 'cause you know Mama may have, Papa you may have, but God bless the child. God is all, God is all. God bless the child. Yes. God bless the child. Ooh. God bless the child. Yeah. God bless the child whose God is, who's got his own.
Oh, there we go. That's Maureen O'Sullivan. We're going to try to figure out what's happening with the bass amp. And in the meantime, I'm also going to have you welcome to the stage Debbie Ebert. Please welcome her up. All right, one more time. Miss Debbie Ebert.
So good to see everybody. You know, this is a great community of artists that we have here in Orange County. It's just good to see your faces. I first met Lou at the turn of the century, 2000, okay, 1999. And the first time I saw him, he was on stage at SCR with Nancy Wilson. And I just saw him in profile. And then later on, I got to meet him and work with him. He was a musical director on a show that I was doing with Darby Traylor. And then when my accompanist passed away, sometime later, I called him up and asked him if he would come and sit in and work for me for a few weeks until I could get things straightened out. And he was gracious enough to do it. And don't you know, I had to sing every freaking Nancy Wilson song I could come up with. Because that's just what you do. So this is one of the ones, of course. Oh, well, they're not ready. G? G Dolphin Street. Not the G string. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Supply the setting of fun nights beyond forgetting. And through these moments apart, memories linger in my heart. When I recall y'all, everybody. Oh! Ron Kobayashi, everybody. One lovely day, love came planning to stay. Green Dolphin Street, stuff like the setting of a nice beyond forgetting. And through these moments apart, memories linger here in my heart. When I recall the love I found I could kiss the ground on Green Dolphin Street. Green Dolphin Street. Green Dolphin Street.
That's Debbie Ebert. All right, so we are going to, as the night goes on, rotate some musicians as well. Please say thank you to Richard Simon for playing bass right now. And we're going to now invite Mr. Luther Hughes up to the stage. Are you booing or? Oh, Luth, I get it. I'm just glad the restraining order lifted in time for him to be able to be here. That's Luther Hughes. And now I'm going to introduce one of my favorite people in the jazz community, Miss Kathy Siegel Garcia. Where is she? Hi, Kathy.
I got a name for all these basses moving around.
What's that?
The changing of the gourd.
Nice. He said he's got a name for all the basses moving around. The changing of the gourd. Also known as walking bass.
I don't know if I would
Oh,
actually try and repeat his jokes if I were you.
You know what?
Because it's one thing hearing him say them.
I'm just glad it's over. So
Hey everybody, I'm really happy to be here with you all. And lately, just because I'm growing older, but especially when you see people passing like this, you know, you just start thinking of your many lifetimes during this life. You know what I mean? And so a lot of you, especially on stage, everybody, you know, I've been with for years and years and years. Lou and I played a lot together. He played on a record that I made of only duos, 10 piano players, called Intuition. And he and I played America. It was really beautiful. He was a kind, beautiful man, as you know, and the highest quality. There were two piano players that I thought were, over the many years, that really, really stood out as far as kind of artistry accompanying singers, and that was Tom Garvin and Lou Matthews. There was something unique about how they supported me as a singer that was just beautiful, very appreciated. We're going to do Midnight Sun for you. Midnight Sun? Yeah, as a boss. Okay. This is in two, baby. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your lips were like a red and ruby chalice, warmer than the summer night. The clouds were like an alabaster palace, rising to a snowy height. Each star its own aurora borealis. Suddenly you held me tight. I could see the midnight sun. I can't explain the silver rain that found me, or was that a moonlight fair? The music of the universe around me, or was that a nightingale? And then your arms miraculously found me. Suddenly the sky turned pale. I could see the midnight sun. Was there such a night? It's a thriller I still don't quite believe. After you were gone, there was still some stardust on my sleeve. The thrill of it may dwindle to an ember. Yeah, the stars forget to shine. And we may see the meadow in December. I see white and crystalline. But oh, my darling, always I'll remember when your lips were close to mine, and I saw the midnight sun. Was there such a night? It's a thrill I still don't quite believe. Oh, after you were gone, there was still some stardust on my sleeve. The thrill of it will dwindle to an ember, and the stars forget to shine. And we may see the meadow in December. I see white and crystalline. But oh, my darling, always I'll remember when your lips were close to mine, and I saw the midnight sun, and I saw the midnight sun. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Kathy Siegel Garcia. Hey, John, can we lower the low end and the level on the bass on stage at all? All right, so at this point, we're going to thank Paul Krybeck, and he's going to be back later too, but thank him for playing. And we're going to bring Mr. Roy McCurdy to the stage. Now, I first knew of Roy because I'm a Mangione freak, so the Jazz Brothers back in '63, man, that was it for me, yeah. Paul Krybeck and Roy McCurdy. And now we would like to invite Lou's stepson up. Spence, Dan, come on up to sing. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Come on up. And who else are we missing? Mark Massey on the piano. Come on up, Mark Massey. There you go.
Thank you very much. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the family, I just want to say thank you very much, Campus Jacks. Let's give them a nice round of applause. And Tony Guerrero for making this all happen. he really did this to, he pulled it all together. And it could have gone in a number of ways, and I think it's wonderful. It's intimate. There's so many faces, people I've worked with, people I know. Many of you know me as Spence. Many of you know me as Lou and Nikki's kid. Some of you I've not met, but I've seen you before. And it's a pleasure. And some of you I've met but never worked with before, Mr. McCurdy. Saw you last couple months ago. So, you know what? I'd like to tell you guys a story. When I was younger, Lou, my mom told me a story about Lou. He grew up in the Bronx and had a big family. And his father, he grew his hair out. Now, some of you guys might have seen him with a big afro. He used to wear that. And he used to wear his hair pretty long when he was young. And one day his father came home and he said, "No son of mine is going to have long hair." And he took him to the barbershop, and there it went. Well, he came home, he was none too happy about that. And he saw his sister Shalern sitting on the couch. And he came up to her and just out of the blue with a set of scissors, there went her braid. I know, right? She got him back, though. Well, you guys know he went to Juilliard. He had a wonderful ukulele, and she snuck up behind him with it and broke it over his head. Tom and Jerry style. It was fantastic. So Lou was, he was a lot of fun to live with. He was great. He was awesome. You ever come to my house, you'll get to taste the lemon chicken that he used to make. And if you came to our house, well, if you called our house in the 80s, you'd have heard this song on our answering machine. We were all just really into what Bob James was laying down, but this is the original version. We're going to do it in the key of G, Since I Fell for You. Yeah. When you just give love and never get love, you better let love depart. I know it's so, and yet I know I can't get you out of my heart. You made me leave my happy home. You took my love, and now you've gone. Since I fell for you, oh, you love brings such misery and pain. I guess I'll never be the same since I fell for you. Well, you love me, then you snub me, but what can I do? I'm still in love with you, and I guess I'll never see the light. I get these blues most every night since I fell for you. Take a ride, brother. nice round of applause. Well, you love me, then you snub me. But what can I do? I'm still in love with you, and I guess I'll never see the light. I get these blues most every night since I fell for you. Well, first you love me, since I fell for you. Shoot to be do Thank you very much. Mark, wonderful playing with you, man. So I was gonna sing another song tonight because there was, when I was deciding what to sing, I didn't want to do anything maudlin. I wanted something that just kind of reminded me of Lou, you know what I mean? And I loved listening to all you singers. And I loved listening to all the bands. And I loved watching you all. But if I'm being honest, I did have a favorite. It's not to say you guys ain't amazing, but there was one band that I loved watching more than others. It's a fact of life. And I'm just a blues kind of guy. I just love the blues. Lou was amazing in so many different spheres, but I love the blues. And when this gentleman walked in, there was no way on earth I was going to be singing this song tonight. So I'm going to invite one of my absolute favorite singers in the world. I got a chance to watch Lou play with him a number of times, and every time it was a party. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming up Mr. Dale Spaulding.
How about a little drink muddy water and sleep out in a hollow log? B flat? Yeah. Thank you, Spencer. I met Lou in about 40 years ago, and he was very tolerant of a harmonica player here. So I gotta give him that. And it's always so encouraging. One of the most beautiful people I've ever met, and one of the greatest musicians. I live in New Orleans now, but I'm just in town for a couple weeks, and it's just such a privilege to be here honoring him. So let's get it on. B flat. 1, 2, 1. Baby, we got to have ourselves a little talk before I pack up all my things and walk. I know a dollar goes from hand to hand before I'll let you go from man to man. I'd rather drink muddy water, sleep out in a hollow log. You know I work for you just like a Georgia mule. My friends laughed at me and they called me a fool. Have your fun, baby, now, but if you must, before I have a woman that I can't trust, I'd rather drink muddy water, sleep out in a hollow log. Come on, Ronnie. they're as sweet as honey can be. Before I let a woman make a fool out of me, I'd rather drink muddy water, sleep out a hollow log. Oh yeah, come on, Mark Massey. Just a little talk before I pack up all my things and walk. I know a dollar goes from hand to hand. Before I let you go from man to man, I'd rather drink muddy water, sleep out in a hollow log. Oh yeah, I'd rather drink muddy water, sleep out in a hollow log. Thank you all.
Dale Spalding. By the way, the sax player that was up here didn't get introduced. That's Mark Isbell, and he'll be back also. All right, please welcome Miss Andrea Miller to the stage. John, can we turn the piano down a little bit on stage? It's still pretty loud on stage, John, the piano. We did this without any kind of sound check, so it's a thankless task. That's John Nguyen running sound over there.
All right. There we go. Trying to get this sucker up. There we go. All right. I met Roy McCurdy 20 years ago. I do believe, well, it was about 2002, I would say it was probably a little more, at Charlie O's. And I met Kathy back then as well. Yeah. Yep, yeah. But I've had so many great experiences and meeting all different musicians all throughout the year and getting to play with everybody. And when I met Lou Matthews, my musical reality just changed. It was forever changed. Like Kathy said, I had never played with somebody that accompanied a singer quite like Lou.
And if there's one word that I could think of to describe what that feels like, yeah, it was, I've been thinking about it, and I thought, what would I say? And it felt like home, like a, home. It was just amazing. And a couple little stories about Lou that I wanted to share. I only got to play with him for about 3 years, and we played together a lot though. And after the gig, he would stay at the piano. Like a lot of musicians would be like, oh, it's time to get out of here. Let's pack up and go. Lou would stay at the piano and just, what's this voicing? Well, let me try this one. Oh, and this smile, like, oh, did y'all hear that? And it was just a smile, and he just enjoyed harmonics, and he just didn't want to go home. He just loved the gig so much. And I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but he had this patch on it when he would bring a keyboard, and it was these scat voices. Do you remember the choir of scatting voices? And he loved it, and he would solo with that. So it was like this five voices and 5-part harmony, and he just loved it. Got such a kick out of it, and I got to open for Al Jarreau with Paul and Luther and Lou back in 2015. And it was a 30-minute set, and I asked Lou, could you help me really make a great 30-minute set? I won't just run tunes. I want, cool arrangements. And so we worked for about a month. Once a week, we'd rehearse and come up with arrangements. And we had it down. We timed it. And we did the show, and we did our big finish, which was Sweet Georgia Brown. And, I gave it my all. And then I looked over to stage left, and the manager said, 5 more minutes, 5 more. And I was telling Tony this story last night, and I just thought, oh my God, now what am I going to do? Like that was my big move, And I kind of looked at Lou, and he was to my right, and I think it was telepathy. I don't know who. It was probably him, because he knew, like Richard said, exactly what to do and when and how. And he just started, he said, "At last." And so we played At Last, and it ended up getting a big, a big response, and it was the best moment of the whole set. And so that was one thing I wanted to share. And then I'm not sure if Dunya is watching, but if she is, I just wanted to thank her and give her acknowledgement for taking care of him. And we all love him so much, and we love you for taking such good care of him. And I hope you're watching. And this is kind of a sad song, but it's not meant to be sad. It's meant to be a beautiful song. So this is for Lou and Dunya, if you're watching. And it's The Masquerade Is Over.
Your eyes don't shine like they used to shine, and the thrill is gone when your lips meet mine. I'm afraid the masquerade is over, and so is love. So is love. Your words don't mean what they used they were once inspired, but now they're just routine. I'm afraid the masquerade is over, and so is love. And so is love. I guess I'll have to play Pagliacci and get myself a clown's disguise. But then I learned to laugh like Pagliacci with tears in my eyes. You look the same. You're a lot the same, but my heart says no, 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 you're not the same. I'm afraid the masquerade is over, and so is love, and so is love, so is love, so is love. Oh, I think we should have a solo. Let's not end the tune yet. Guess I'll have to play Pagliacci and get myself a clown's disguise. Then I'll learn to laugh like Pagliacci with tears the same. You're alive the same. But my heart says no. No, no, you're not. Oh, you're not the same. I'm afraid the masquerade is over. And so is love. And so is love. It's over. And so is Thank you, Lou, and thank you, Junia.
Andrea Miller. All right, let's use this opportunity to now thank Ron Eshday for playing guitar. And we'd like to invite George Gilliam up to play some guitar now. And are we switching out bass also? Yes, we are. Please say goodbye to Luther. It was short but sweet. More short than sweet. And say hello to Mr. Bruce Lett, who's coming in on bass now. And to remind the guitar section who's in charge, please welcome Elena Gilliam to the stage. And once again, Paul Navidad on the saxophone.
Hi. All right, they always have it higher. All right, here we go. I always get confused with the knobs. Hi, everybody. Oh, that's a little better. That's a little better. So I'm in between here. Hold on. Now I got to start rearranging the stage. No, I won't. Tony just asked me not to go too long because he knows how long I talk. Yeah, all right. I'll get him this time. Oh, music. Sorry. God, I better hurry up before Tony gets me off of here. So Lou was very special to me and to George. And like everybody says, he's just a gentleman. He was such a gentleman. The gentleman of jazz, I used to call him. And he, the couple of times I got to work with him, it was as a duet. So I really got to see what kind of mind he had. My God, he was a genius, I swear. You could just see the wheels turning. You know, Andrea was talking about how he would think of voicings and, oh, let me try after the gig. Well, let me tell you, in between songs, so I'd have a list of songs I'd talk about. Okay, I'm going to do this song. Then we'd finish the song, and before I could even tell him what the next song was, he was tinkling in between. Oh, do, 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 do. And he would actually start tinkling like another song, not the song that I was about to announce, but this another song. And I went, oh, you know, I like that song. Maybe we should do that song instead. What do you think? And he's like, oh, I'm just tinkling. I'm just tinkling. Well, cut it out. You're confusing me. I have enough trouble coming back to my original thought. Don't look at my husband when I say that. So it was a thrill, but during that time, I could just see the mind just spinning and his. Oh, and this is in between. We're talking about a minute in between a song. Just an amazing guy. And George, of course, had an opportunity with his trio, with one of the K-Jazz series. He got to work with him a lot. And well, he was just special. And, of course, I met Denier, or Dunier, whatever. You know, you never told me you called him. You never told me you called Dunier. But Denier, Dunya? Oh, sorry. Oh, yes, I remember that. Half Lebanese. Well, she was so sweet, and we had a good time together, too. So this is for her. And I'm with Andrea. I love how much she cared and loved Lou and how she took care of him. Wow, that's a special woman right there. So for you, LLEWELLYN, and this makes me think of him. This is called The Very Thought of You. Ready? Give me about the last 8. About the last 8. The very thought of you and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. I'm living in a kind of daydream. I'm happy as a queen and foolish though it seems to me, you're everything. The mere idea of you. The longing here for you. You'll never know how slow the moments go when I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower. Your eyes in stars above. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love. Come on, Georgie. Come on, Georgie. the mere idea of you, the longing here for you. You'll never know how slow the moments go when I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower. Your eyes in stars above. It's just the thought of you. My Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lou.
Elena Gilliam. Okay. John, can you put that other slide up? And I'm going to be really transparent as we bring our next members up. So please thank Roy McCurdy for playing. And welcome Evan Stone to the stage. Thank Mark Massey for playing. And welcome Ron Levy. We have to cut a couple things, so if you're looking at your set list and wondering why, we have to cut a couple things. And let me just be really transparent. Campus Jacks is not open on Monday nights. They did this just because they love the musicians and the musicians community, and they're supportive of that. But I'll just, like I said, I'll be really transparent. Two things. One, if we go past 9, there's a lot of extra costs that are incurred. So we are going to cut a few things so we make sure we end this on time. And then the other thing is, if you can all take out your phones, I'll get to that. If you can all take out your phones for a second and just hold them up like this, and get your camera out, and then point it up at that screen. So there are some hard costs associated with tonight, and if you can contribute to that, it would be incredibly appreciated. Somebody's going to be selling. So here's the thing. I had everybody get out their phones because if you don't want to, we won't know. So you can pretend you're doing it. But if we'd really actually love it if you would hit that QR code and donate a little money to the hard costs that went into putting tonight on. And like she mentioned, there is a tip jar up here, so if you want to do cash, there's that, and it'll all go towards the expenses of tonight, and we would definitely appreciate that. Evan, what are you doing there? Come on. Evan Stone. Okay. And please welcome Leah Booth to the stage.
I'm going to keep this really, really brief, but I wanted to say a few words about Lou. Because we all love Lou. I love Lou. And I heard about the legendary Lou Matthews for some years before I actually met him. And the night that I met him was at Steamers. We all know Steamers. And it was at a jam session that I was hosting on a Sunday night, and I overheard somebody say, "Lou Matthews is in the house." And I said, "Oh, man." And he came up to the bandstand, and his presence was immediately felt and noticeable, and I could already feel that this was going to be great. That larger-than-life smile of his and his warm spirit spoke volumes as his giant hand firmly shook mine, and he introduced himself. We settled on a tune, some mid-tempo swing thing, and from the first 2 bars, it already felt like we'd played together for years. He made playing super easy, and if you're a drummer or bass player in the house, you know exactly what I'm talking about. His beat was so wide, his feel was so deep, his musicality impeccable, his phrasing sublime, his soloing so absolutely appropriate, and he never wasted a note. Deliberate is a word that I would use to describe Lou, and to keep this brief, I created a list of a few words to describe my experience and feelings for Lou Matthews. Lou was kind, gentle, warm, humorous, musical, genius, deep, strong, generous, caring, knowledgeable, worldly, noble, punctual, humble, leader, smiling, friend. We all love you and we miss you, Lou.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Leah Booth to this.
Hello.
And John, he would like a little more piano on stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Leah, and Lou and I met at the very beginning of my career as a jazz vocalist. When I was a baby, before I had bangs, my hair was long. I am still a baby, but for me, it was like a whole other life ago. I was invited to come sit in at a club gig that they were doing here in Orange County. And I was very nervous because I had heard so much about him, about his genius and his kindness. And I was like a little shaking all the time. Didn't matter what I was singing, I was always shaking. And I got there and I told him the tune that I was gonna sing, and I gave him the wrong key. And I was so like, ah. But he was so gracious and supported me through it and did not judge me at all, and he didn't make me feel bad, and it was really wonderful. And unfortunately, that was close to the end of his journey here in Southern California, so I never got to work with him again. So it's been nice to hear all your stories. So, in honor of feeling good when things might be a little off, we're gonna do In a Mellow Tone. In a mellow tone, feeling fancy free, and I'm not alone. I've got company, everything is okay. The livelong day with this mellow song, I can't go wrong. In a mellow tone, that's the way you gotta live. If you moan and cry, something's got to give. Just go your way and laugh and play. There's joy I know in a mellow, in a mellow.
In a melodrama, I'm feeling fancy free, and I know that I'm not alone. Oh, I've got company. Everything is A-OK. The livelong day. That's the way you gotta live if you hope and grow. Something's got to give. Just go your way and laugh and play. There's joy I know in a
Thank you very much.
Leah Booth. Please thank Bruce for playing. Please welcome John B. Williams to the stage. Our hope is to fit 3 more songs in, but we gotta cut by 9, so we'll see what happens. What's up, Ron Levy? And now also please welcome Peggy Perkins to the stage.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you. What a beautiful, beautiful celebration of a dear, dear man's life. I miss him terribly. I know we all do, and we've missed him for a long time. But when he passed, it was so weird because I felt him closer to me than I've ever felt him in my life. It was like he was in a different, in a spiritual way. He kind of came to me. So we're doing this when we were doing a big show. I called Moon Dance, and this is what he played. Sure. Oh, Bruce. Oh, sorry, Bruce. No problem. I can tell some jokes. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, anybody here, I know y'all know me, and I know you, most of you. Anybody here knows how much I loved Lou. He was my big brother, and he told me I was the sister he never had, and I was glad after he cut her braid off. I was really glad that I wasn't his sister. But anyhow, just an amazing man. When I sang with him, I could float right over those notes. It was like I was just skimming on top of the water. He would just play so beautifully, and I could do whatever I wanted, and he was there, and I could do, something, and then he would wait. He was just remarkable.
we're doing a few things to get things ready. But everybody tonight, you were amazing. And to see this many people and there's millions more that couldn't be here that love Lou like we all do. All my love to Denier and her family, and to, of course, Lou's family. I know we have quite a bit of Lou's family here. Thank you, everybody. Let's see how this goes. No rehearsals. Okay. And then you're going to go into... Okay. So we were at the gig, and I called Moondance, and this is what came out. And I looked at him and I said, well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance, with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance underneath the cover of October sky. All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to place to the calling of your heartstrings and play something low, you know. Night's magic seems to whisper and hush. You know the summer moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I say some romance with you about love? Can I make some more romance with you about love? I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning is come. And I know now the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. When you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, love. There and then I will make you my own, and every time I touch you, you just tremble inside. And I know how much you want me that. In the moonlight, hey, on the magic night, we're gonna have a little romance, a little moon dance, all night, all night, all night, all night. Can I just have one more moon dance with you? My love. Oh, yeah. We love you, Lou.
Peggy Perkins. I'm sorry we have to rush like this, but I want to make sure we get her in. Please welcome Sasha Boutros to the stage.
Well, actually, y'all, I brought this tune that actually Lou wrote me out for Nancy. I'm not supposed to talk and I'm supposed to keep it short, so I changed the program since the program got changed. So John B., who is one of my best friends in the whole world, you and I are gonna do something together, and if the band wants to jump in at the bridge, they can. But if it just can be you and me, like usual. And I'll tell them the story later of how we all met and how we all played together for almost 15 years with Roy and with Lou. We're gonna just do it together for a minute. Maybe. No. B flat. Wonderful world. B flat. And when you get a chance, ask John about him being on this recording. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, and also of the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, jumping. I see babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I will ever know. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. bless Lou. It's a wonderful world.
That's Sasha Boutros, John B. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you again to Jack and the staff here at Campus Jacks for opening their home to us. And really, for many of us musicians, this is home. So thank you, everybody, for being here. God bless you, Lou, and thank you. We'll see you again soon. Hey, jazz here every Thursday night. Jazz here every Thursday night. We'll see you soon. Good night.